the most beautiful flag in the world.
Right.
Right? I mean, everybody's not proud of their country, right? So you have to kind of put your country first.
Do you want to have it hang over so that we can see, like hang it over?
I need some bottles.
The bottles of water back there? The water to your left.
It seems to be like a press conference for politics, right?
Is this your announcement? You're running for president? Right here in the front.
Whew, that's a tough one. I wouldn't run for president, but I'm running for championship.
That's a great answer, yeah. Can you just talk to me about what you're feeling right now? Clearly, you weren't in there very long, but what were your thoughts just immediately afterwards?
I saw this coming. A lot of people say Peter was a good boxer, which is very true, and is a good striker, which is very true. But I told the guys on media day that, hey guys, will it not be a surprise when I knock him out? Because I know I hit very hard, whether it's my jab or my right hand. People think that I'm just a grappler with a little bit of wrestling, which is a lot, but I know who I am. And I'm glad that the fight didn't go that long because they still think they can get me.
You say you predicted a knockout. Did you predict it being so quick?
Of course, ask my teammate behind there. I said, this is going to be probably, in the first two shots that I throw, I'll knock him out. And that's exactly what happened. I worked too hard to be playing around in this cage. I worked too hard. The last fight I was here and I was long in the cage. Only because I was sick. I had flu in that fight. I was sick, huffing and puffing in the cage. I had to fight because I didn't have money, right? This time, I pray to God to be healthy for the whole camp, healthy on the day of the fight, and get the victory, and show the world that I'm not just a grappler. I can knock you out. But I'm not going to fall in love with knockouts. I'm going to do what I have to do to win in every fight.
You mentioned, that you fought the way you did in the first one because you were hungry and you needed it. Is there any fear that if you become so successful, something like maybe a Conor McGregor, and you make a lot of money, that hunger is going to be gone?
I'm from Zimbabwe. When I'm full, my country is not full. So I'm probably going to be doing some things in my country to stay hungry. Like now, I am going to Zimbabwe to build a library in my village, powered with solar power, so that the villages in my village can have the opportunity to study at night. Because growing up, I passed my high school, but growing up, I could have done better if I could go back home and study after school, because you walk 10 to school, 10 kilometers to school, 10 kilometers back. By the time you get back home, you finish school at 4, by the time you get back home, it's dark. You don't have time to study. And the other kids are studying, and they're doing better. So I was thinking about this when I was running a few weeks ago. I was like, I can actually do that. Go there, build a big building, put solar power, and then the kids can go at night and study there. So the hunger, I don't know, man. I've got a lot of things to fulfill first before I get I get full.
Does having somebody like The Rock kind of putting their whole support behind you give you extra motivation and almost a little bit pressure? Like gotta make sure I don't let you down.
He made me cry before this fight. DJ, wherever you are, that was not cool, but yeah, I love him. He sent me a message just before the fight when I was backstage. And I'm sure my coaches were thinking maybe he's just in the zone. And I was crying a little bit, trying to hold my tears and crying, because you know what? Having someone like him to support you, he's a global guy. Everybody knows who The Rock is. And he's a powerful man. And to have people like that support you, it puts a little bit of pressure on your side. But, pressure makes diamonds. I feel like it was good. It is good for me. For me also, it gives me a platform to also change the world in a better way, like he has been doing, he's doing all the time. And the platform he gives me is just also a privilege as well. When you look at it, it's a privilege, and you have to be super grateful of it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm very happy of the support. It gives me a lot of pressure, but the pressure that it gives me, it makes me work harder and I'm not the one to shy away from hard work. I'm here to take it all.
Are you able to share what he told you, or is
My phone. I'll tell you now. Richard is my phone, my teammate. Sorry, guys, I talk a lot.
it's okay?
But I'm here to talk. I'm at 30 seconds in the cage, so I'm allowed to talk as much as I can. Everyone is going a decision today. So, I mean, I would not...
How many notifications do you have on your phone right
Then
now?
now he's got another message from him, but I'm not going to open to you this one. But say you were born, this was before the fight, 12:30 p.m. You were born for this moment, my brother. Best of luck today. God has blessed you. Then, you know, I cried. Then now, it's a lot of messages and voice note. He likes the voice notes. These ones, I have to open them first. And yeah, man, it's a blessing to have him support me. You know, it is life. And one day I'll probably be a blessing to somebody if I'm not already. So yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Themba?
Alex Bune, my good old friend. Are we doing another interview tomorrow, my brother?
Yes.
Definitely.
So, you know, it's been a couple years since you got a finish. You finally get your first finish in the UFC.
Really?
Yeah, it's been since 2020.
Yeah, because there was COVID. Come on, bro. You don't count the years of COVID. Come on. Okay, yeah, I get you. But yeah, I got the finish, and that's what I wanted. Because, you know, with, like DC said to me on Tuesday, said with great story and great finishes, bro, you can go very far. So yeah, I'm happy, and I'm super grateful for this finish. And I intend to finish every fight. And I never come here to win by decision. Obviously, the most important thing for me here is to win. Because if you win, life is good. But when the finish comes, it's a very, very important thing. And you must be super grateful for it, because that means that God has blessed you with power in your hands.
And yeah, and to kind of follow up on that, like, I don't know if you saw the criticism that people were giving you, or they were saying, well, Themba's boring, you know, all he does is just go to decision. So to go out there and knock Pete Rodriguez out, who is a boxer, does it feel good to kind of, you know, quiet those doubters?
I'm boring when I have to be boring. I don't have to, I don't do this for other people. And they can have their opinions on me. Opinions are like everyone has one, right? They can say whatever they want. Everyone has an opinion, and I also have my own opinion on myself. I'm blessed to be here. If they can go and watch all my fights before I got here, I didn't get here because of luck or anything. I'm blessed, obviously, but I got here because I have finishes in my career before this finish that were quick. I think I've never been in the second round I've never been to the third round until up to the fight that I fought in Abu Dhabi, where I dislocated my shoulder. All my fights were always, it's either you're finishing me or I'm finishing you. Second round max. So I don't know where they're getting it from, but it is what it is. Like I say, opinions are like everyone has one.
3 fights in the Apex. Your next fight has to be out in front of a crowd, correct?
I saw a lot of fighters criticizing fighting at the Apex. Life could be worse, guys. Be super grateful to be here. Life could be worse. Be grateful to be fighting in the UFC. So like guys criticize fighting at the Apex. I love fighting in the UFC. I'm in the UFC. Trust me, I come from where it's worse. So when you are in the UFC, you have the biggest platform. Whether you're fighting in the Apex or on the road, it does not matter. You know, what matters is that you are in the UFC. There's people that could kill to be right here in this position. And to those fighters and everybody that is complaining about it and say, oh, I mean, I know you're not saying I'm complaining. I know you want me to fight on the road, which can happen. If it happens, I'm grateful. If it does not happen, I'm super grateful too. I'm here in the UFC. But I just wanted to elaborate on that because I saw a lot of interviews of people saying that they don't like the Apex. I'm probably one of the only fighters that love the Apex, and maybe Jamal Hill. He told me before. He says, "Hey, don't take over my throne at the Apex."
You said that you want to fight for the title in 2024.
It's gonna happen.
How do you get there?
What is gonna happen is gonna be something like a short notice fight with a guy in the top 10, and I'll beat him, then I make my case. It's not going to be a clear path where I have to fight through the rankings. I don't have to do that. I have, when I look at it, I have a big platform, firstly. Secondly, I have the skill, and I'm a bad fight for anyone right now who's in the top 10. They might not think of it, but I am. And what I see is that, what I foresee is, it's going to be a short notice fight against someone in the top 10 because I stay ready. I'm always ready. And I'll go there and do what I do, and you cannot deny me. It's not going to be a case where I have to go top 10, top 15, top what. For me, someone is going to, I don't wish nobody bad to get injured, but someone is going to get out of the fight, and the UFC is going to send them the name, and the name is Themba Gorimbo, and they will have no choice than to accept it, and I'll go in there and do my job and win, and it will be Leon or Rakhmonov. I believe those are the two guys that will be at the top by the time I get there.
And then finally, South African got its first UFC champion 2 weeks ago with Dricus du Plessis. What are your thoughts on that?
Bless Dricus and what he has done for himself to win a championship training in Africa. It's something that I wanted to do myself, but it's a blessing for him, you know. But don't get it wrong. Sometimes you got to get out to get what you want in life. And also, he has gotten out of South Africa before. He's trained overseas and everything. So for the African kids that are going to be watching this, don't get sometimes fooled by things and say that you don't have to get out. Sometimes you have to get out of a place to go out there and be what you want. I'm not taking anything away from the brother. He said what he said in the past. I have nothing but respect for him because you know what, to be in that position, to be a champion, it's hard. And he is a champion right now. And man, it's a blessing. And I know I've trained with him. So it also gives me confidence as a person. But for those kids that are in Africa, that come from the background like myself, if you can get out, do so. Because you know what, the opportunities are in America. The biggest opportunities are in America. Then go back home to Africa with the knowledge that you can take in this country. And yeah, that's what I'm here to do. And probably after this fight, I'm probably gonna get a bonus. I'm going to get a bonus, and on that bonus, I'm gonna do something. I actually want to get 3 or 4 kids to Thailand that are in Africa right now, 3 or 4 of them to Thailand. I'll pay for their flight, I'll pay for their accommodation in Thailand, for them to go there and train, because the easiest way to get a visa now, they can go to Thailand and train. Those kids, they inspired me 3 days ago. They sent me a video saying something to me. So I'm going to pay forward, not to say on public here for anything, but yeah, it's something that come up now when you say this, you know. They must go and train Thailand for a month or so, enjoy, come back, and then until we can get them to America. Bless.
Congrats.
Thank you, bro.
Themba over here. First off, congrats on your victory. Obviously, we've seen celebrities in the corners of fighters recently. I wanted to ask you, would you like to have The Rock in your corner one day?
He made me cry with the text. Imagine in my corner. No ways. He's going to make me cry even worse, you know. When you fight, you want clear mind. I love DJ, but in the corner, I'll be very, very, I'm going to cry. I'm a very emotional human being. Yeah, we'll talk, we'll see. But I'm going to be at WrestleMania, definitely.
That led into my next question. I'm not sure how big of a WWE guy you were, but I'm sure you saw the news, so what were your thoughts on that?
I love WWE, bro. Growing up, I tell you this, I used to walk, 10 to go to watch WWE on a Sunday, 10 to go back, to just watch a show for 1 hour through a window, peeping right through a window. And, you know, it would be a super blessing to attend WWE WrestleMania live. Wow, bro. From Bikita to the world. I cannot wait.
And continuing with talking about The Rock, when in that video when he gave you the house, I could there was like a picture of you, and you thought it was Sadio Mane at first. Are you a big Sadio Mane fan?
I'm a big Sadio Mane fan on the terms of like what he is doing in his country. If you can see what I'm trying to do, it's things that he is doing in his country. And you know, it's a better, like, what a better person to look at and want to be like Sadio Mane. He is doing great things in his country, in Bomba Bombard in Senegal, where he comes from. He played soccer on a pitch recently, and then he realized there was too much mud. He fixed the pitch. Now it's a stadium in his village. You know, those are the people that you want. He grew up and his father died because there was no medicine. And you know what he did? He went on and built a hospital, I think like 2 or 3 in his village. Those are the people that I look up to personally and say, I want to be like that guy, because you know what? That's legendary stuff. Even when you are gone, that stuff stays.
Have you been able to chat with Sadio anytime?
Sadio, I have not, but I chatted to Gueye, who is Sadio Mane's teammate. I was going to go to watch the AFCON too. If they had proceeded to the thing, then I'll meet him. But I have not had a chance to chat to him. He's a guy that probably, he's not like me, vocal, but he's a very quiet guy, does his thing, and bless him, man. I hope he keeps on doing the stuff that he's doing in Senegal. I hope also UFC goes to Senegal. Or where is the country that I would love to fight? Headline a fight night maybe one day in Kigali, Rwanda. Adopt me Kigali. My national team, that is Zimbabwe, is having their home games played in Rwanda, so it would be great to fight in Rwanda.
Would you maybe ever like to collaborate with Mane on a big project maybe out there?
I don't like to think of things and do things as a... Like, I like to work with my instincts. So like this stuff that I'm going to do, I thought about it when I was running a few weeks ago, you know. I don't want to do things just because I'm not a guy that is good at admin and having to manage things. Like now when I go there, just pay somebody, do the work, I leave. I don't like to have to work with admin and stuff. So I don't think that will be possible. What I can do is just keep on using my platform, go to my social media, bid for my kit, gloves, the shorts, and my shirt that I wore tonight. And I'll change someone's life, one life at a time. It's a blessing to be here. Yeah.
And one last one from me. After you scored the victory, the commentary booth said that you manifested this win. So for you, what is the power of manifestation?
When you work hard, believe in God, and you sweat the way I do daily, good things are going to happen. And if you put them out and truly believe to your heart it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Like I said, it does not look like it to any of you right now that I'm going to become the UFC welterweight champion this year, 2024. Even sometimes to the people close to me, they might not believe it. Not because they don't believe in me. It's because it does not look like it. It's surreal. But my life is not normal. I'm going to become the UFC welterweight before 2024 ends. Watch.
Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you.
Congrats on the win, my man. 2 quick ones for me. And just what you talked about with Hero, about manifestation and everything. It's kind of crazy, the coincidence that you're here in the Apex, winning in Vegas, and Thursday, The Rock will be here promoting WrestleMania. They're having a thing at T-Mobile for it. Wow, right? Like, everything's coming together.
Oh, really? Is he here on Thursday?
On Thursday, they'll be here to promote WrestleMania 40 at T-Mobile Arena. Yeah.
Damn! I'll be flying out to Zimbabwe by that time. But yeah, we'll figure out things. But yeah, man, I'm manifesting things in life. It's crazy. Look at life. He had $7, and not because of anything, just circumstance and the place, time and place, right? He had $7, just like me. It's not because, it's just time and place. I was sick, I got medicine, and I had $7, and I posted to inspire people. Then he saw it, and then he's like, okay, cool, I want to help this guy. That's how life works. And sometimes we don't look at it that way, but before we are born, God already has a path for us of where we will be. It's up to us to go out there and try to be better. I'm not the perfect human being, but I try to be better every single day, one day at a time.
Yes, sir. And last for me, maybe not the perfect human being, but that was the perfect knockout. Last fight you were sick, this was a sick knockout. What did your team see that shot was going to be there for you, right? And you just lined it up perfect. Like, it was like a home run, the way it hits. How did your hand not hurt? That sounded like a baseball bat.
My hand does not hurt, but you can ask my teammate behind there, Richard. He will tell you that I hit very hard. And I believe it when he tells me. Even my friend that came recently to Miami, who is a professional boxer, when I would hit him, he even came to me, he's like, Themba, I know you before, and now you really have power in your hands. And I believe so. My coaches have told me, my Coach Caesar over there, Coach Daniel. Coach Daniel is the grappling one, but Coach Caesar, he knows. And also, I also have another boxing coach that's helped me as well in Miami. And it's a blessing to just be here. I'm grateful for everybody. Even the previous coaches. So I wanted to say that in the cage. Even the previous coaches when I was in Africa. I want to say this. I'm a human being where if you say something or do something to me, I might get offended and I might never want to talk to you again. But I want to elaborate this for them to see. I really am grateful of them because I wouldn't be here if I was not grateful of them, of the part that we have had, the good and the bad. Because people want to look at the good only, the good and the bad, the things that they did to me or whatsoever that led me to be here. It does not matter. What's important is that I have had a stage in time where I shared a moment with you, and I'm super grateful of that. Even the old team that I had, I'm super grateful. And I want to elaborate this even when I was in the cage, because a lot of people think that, oh, now because you're in the UFC, you don't want to. No, it's just maybe you faulted me just like I would have faulted you, and I feel like it's better for me and my well-being to go separate ways. It's not because I have anything against you. I might have in the moment, but eventually, with my beautiful conscience in my head, I would think and say, I'm sorry. I might not say sorry to you. I'm sorry, but I will not I don't want to have that personal interaction with you again because I don't want to get hurt because I try to protect my peace that way.
Excellent. Thank you, sir, and congrats on the big win.
Thank you. Am I done here? God bless you all. It's over. Alex, tomorrow.